Hello everyone. I did this micro mini junk journal from a coin envelope on a stream a couple weeks ago, and I said that I would do a video on making it all by itself. So to keep it short, let's just get to it right now. So I am using a coin envelope. I am stitching it in using just a single signature with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and I'm just going to use some button thread. It's kind of a strong thread, and I'm going to put the button enclosure. It is a wraparound binding. I add a button to it so that you can tie or wrap it around and have a closure for the journal. So I have a button, a coin envelope. I've got some pages here that I will rip to the right size. I have some stamps because I stamped inside them. I made some pockets inside. So I am using this as a guide to how large my pages need to be. So let me cut or tear one of these pieces of paper so I know about how large I need to make. And I always put the smaller side that you're tearing off, you want to grab the larger part of the paper. It makes it easier to grab a hold of a larger piece. And I'm just ripping the pages, and I need it to be about right there. I'm just ripping the pages so that they're random. They're not going to be all the same size. They're not going to have really straight edges. And that is the size of my paper. Actually, I need it just a little bit shorter. Let me rip off that little bit right there. And that's how you get a little tiny piece off of a paper, by ripping it. So that is it. This is going to be our cover. So I am going to fold that in half so I know where my spine will be. And I'm going to use the flap to wrap around. So this is one of the pages, and it fits nicely in there. I am going to make 10 pages, kind of in a junk journal style, and this is the largest that it can be for this junk journal. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pocket in that one, and that will be just like that. I will use a little bit of glue if I can find, here's my glue, a little bit of glue on the outsides here to glue the pocket together. So I'm just gluing just here, just so that that pocket stays closed, and I'm going to fold that together for another page. Continuing on, let's do one out of this envelope for a different kind of page. I need to tear off a little bit more on the side, like that. Let's little bit more. I always put the small part underneath the ruler, and that one not staying straight. All right. And this time, do that with this one. It's still too long. Still too long. Still too long. Let's see here. I do want to make a fold out page. So, and by that I mean I want to make kind of a hidden page. So this is going to fold out quite a bit. Let's see here. We'll make that the inside, then it will fold out quite a bit. And I do want to put another little hidden pocket on the inside. I'll use this little piece of paper here. Oops. And what I mean by that is I am going to make a pocket here. Let me rip that off. So I am going to glue this end right there to make a pocket. Clean up my glue here. And then I'm going to hide that pocket way in the center. And maybe one more. I'll cut it off about there. So when I put it in here, I'm going to have a pocket right there. So I'm going to glue the ends this side, this side. I'm going to attach it. Where's the open part? I'm going to attach it here, like that. So that when I make a tag, I'll make a tag out of this file folder here, like that. It's a funny little shaped tag. I'll be able to pop it into this pocket right here, and then it will fold out, and there'll be a pocket hidden in here to put something. So that will be hidden in that fold. So that's quite a lot of hiding going on in there. And there's my little tag for that. All right. Another pocket that I would like to make. Let's just make a page here. And still need some of that off. It's a little wide still. Got a dent in my mat, I think. It's not completely flat over here. And some glue. All right. So I can fold this right there. Fold it again. And fold it one more time. And that's extra. So what I'm going to have for that one is a page that opens up this way. Let me take that little bit off right there on the end. Alrighty. So that's another page. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages so far. I do want to do another one with some pockets in it. I want a lot of pockets. And I need it to be about there, I think. Yeah. And I need it. I'm going to make, nope, I don't need that. Let me take that off. And make it about there. So I need to take that much off. And what I'm going to do with this one is fold these corners down. So I'll have 2 pockets here. And I also need to glue the sides of those pockets together. And I'm just going to glue, actually I'm going to glue those flaps down too so that they don't fly up. And I'm not going to do the top because when I stitch it in, that will make the top pocket on the top. So I wanted 10 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's make some easy pages here. How about a picture page? Let me rip off that little bit right there. Maybe a little bit right there so there's not a straight edge. And I have quite a few pockets, so I don't need any more pockets. let's go ahead and just make a page here. Actually, let's do that and take off that much. Is that enough? Not quite. I need it to be a little more narrow. And maybe just one more. Too long? It is too long. Got some foreign language pages in here. So I think that's enough pages. Let me put them together to kind of see what I have going on. And kind of estimate how thick this is, because I think it's a little bit too thick. I put quite a bit of hidden pockets and stuff in, and it actually looks like it will be kind of fun. Just like that, except this is too long. I need to chop this one off just a little bit. There we go. It's got my pockets in it. So the next thing I want to do before I start sewing is I want to stamp some images in here, and I've got some little stamps here, and I am going to stamp away here. And I am going to actually distress my cover just a little bit. I've got some old pages, and that is not doing anything. So I'm just putting a little bit of tea dye, distress inks around, just to make it look a little bit more old. And I am going to put some black on too, just to make it look a little bit more weathered and distressed and old. So I think that is good for that. And I'm going to take an ink pad and just kind of probably should have used the do that for the other one. I probably should have used this one so it's not quite so dark. But that's all right. Alrighty, there. And another thing that I'm going to do is I am just going to loosen that up in there just a little bit, if I can get it to loosen up. Nope. I'm going to have to unhinge it all together. And since it's unhinged, I'm going to put a little bit of distress on the edge. And I'm going to glue the sides of that back down, just the sides, so that I have a pocket in the cover on this inside, right like that. And I will have a pocket in here when I'm done. So I want to, my cover goes like this. So this is my front of my cover. And I think I'm going to put these birds on like I did last time. Just like that. And I am going to put this face right there, and I think I'm going to put this clock, this watch, this pocket watch, make sure it's nice and inked up. I'm going to put that in the cover here. There we go. And I am going to randomly stamp using all these stamps. Let's get them out. Do it quickly. I need another block real fast. Kind of got these pages arranged, and I don't want to undo them, but you know what? I'm probably going to have to undo them. I can put them back faster. It will just be faster to stamp if they are completely random. Let's see, let's put the teapot on the other side of that. And I want to put a lot of stamps in this one, just so it's nice and fun. I'm going to put clock here. Need something on the other side. Like that. Put the bee somewhere. Oh, I didn't get enough ink on that one. That's pretty well done. I'll put the bee hovering over here. That was good. And the man, seems like we need a stamp on here, and I'm not sure what to put on here. I guess let's put the man on here, make it funny looking. I guess I could have put a tree. That would have been funny looking too. And we'll put the tree over here. And let's make sure we've got enough stamps to do everything. Did the tree. Let's do a sand dollar. Put the world on the other side of the tree, or the bee here. And let's put this bird cage. Let's talk about two-handed stamping here. Let's try to get this done. I forgot to bring my phone book over to poke holes for this. All right. Let's do this lizard here. And we haven't done the elephant anywhere yet. So let's continue on. Oops. That's good. And we need something here to unfold. And something on this side. We'll make sure we've got enough ink on there. Put the elephant here, and I want something over here. Let's put a stamp or a starfish. That's good. Elephant. Starfish. Let's put some stuff on the back side. We'll do a tree. Put the stamp somewhere too. Let's put the tree right there. We still have a couple more things that we want on there, or I want on there. So let's do that stamp. Stamp is small enough. I can actually, what side is up? That side is up. So let's put it there. Doing so many different sides. I want something here, so I will put this airplane. Oops. And we did that one. Did that one. We didn't do the frog. We didn't do the ship. And the ballerina would be nice. Oh, and we don't have anything on this one either. There's the ship. Ballerina. I did the bird cage. I didn't do the hot air balloon. We'll do the hot air balloon. That's kind of cool. Oh, I did it upside down. Oh well. Oh well. I guess we have a page upside down. Should have looked at it before I stamped it. That's what I get for going so fast. And I think I want this violin too. I'll put that on the other side. So there's plenty of things to look at. I haven't used that one yet. Or the butterflies, or this frog. There we go. And I think we used the globe. I don't think we used the globe. I'll do that last one. Over here. Put that away. Put the stamps all away. Okay. So now we need to put the pages back together in some kind of order. Let's do that one, and then this one. The upside down, well, let's do pockets. That one. That one. Let's fold this one. Where did we want that to be sewn in? We want it sewn in right here. Put the upside down one. We'll put the pockets in first. Upside down, and then we'll put that in the center. Alright, so I don't have a book handy, so we're going to punch the holes in. Get a clip so I can clip all this together. We're going to punch the holes in. I don't have anything to punch on. I'm going to go through my mat, so I'll just use this to punch the holes. I need 3 holes for my 3-hole pamphlet stitch. 1 in the center. I'm kind of just guesstimating. Right there. 1 on the top. And 1 on the bottom. I've shown this wraparound binding before. I think there's a video that shows just how to do this binding, so I'm not going to linger on that. I am going to get a needle, and I need quite a bit of thread because I'm using the same thread that I sew the signature into the cover. I'm using that same thread to use to wrap around and for the closure. So I am getting quite a bit of thread out here. I'm hoping that I'm overestimating how much thread I need. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in from the outside, sew in the signature, and leave what I think is half the thread out here. So I'm just sewing in this one signature here. Like that. And I want both tails on, I want one tail on one side. Oops, I'm going to unthread here and get rid of my thimble. One tail on one side, one tail on the other side. There we go. And I'm going to see if my threads are kind of even, and they are very close. Extremely close before I do any tying. So I'm going to pull my tails tight, make sure everything is in there pretty tightly, and then make my square knot on the outside of this envelope here. Just like that. And then I'm going to put those threads together, and I'm unclipping it. And I need to put my pages in, fold them the way they're supposed to be folded, get them all inside the book, like that. So I've got my 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and it is knotted on the outside. And this will be my little flap. And what I need to do is put those 2 threads together now and trim them off so that they're the same size, and thread them back on the needle, just because it's easier to get the button on with the needle. And that's the only reason. So I'm taking my needle or my button, got my threads wrapped around my scissors, and I am going through this button and I want this button to be right about there. So I am going to loop around the button or sew in the button. I'm just going through the buttonholes a couple of times, maybe 3 times. And tightening it up there. So that it's right there. See how it's on the thread there? And I am going to go underneath those stitches right there, just to convince it that it wants to stay there. We want the button to stay there. That's what's going to keep the book closed. And that's all we need to do. So I'm unthreading my needle. I'm going to wrap it around about 3 times, and then like around once, and then I've got this very, very long thread, which I don't need. So I am going to make a little knot. And you can put a bead in here too, a really small bead, if that makes it a little easier. I'm going to put just a knot on the end of the thread, and maybe another knot on top of that knot to make it a little larger. Like that. And I'm just going to cut it off right under the knot. So we've got just a little knot. And then when I wrap it around, it kind of looks like that. Okay? So then I'm going to open up this junk journal, And I've got some pockets in here, and I have a tag, and I'm not sure where my punch is. I have a little tiny punch, and I would punch a hole into that. I guess I can just put a hole in with this needle. Then I can put a piece of thread in there for a little tassel tie thing. Yep. And to do that, I'm going to thread it onto the needle because I'll be here forever trying to thread that through. I need sharper scissors. So I'm just going to pull those threads through and catch it like that. Just like you would a normal one, except it's thread, it's thinner, it's smaller. And then I'm just going to cut that off. So I've got this little tag, and I probably should have stamped something on it. I don't think I've got anything quite that small. I have a little tiny dragonfly. Let's stamp that on there. If I had a little picture, I would put that on there, but there we go. All right, so I've got a little tag, and I've got the little snippets ephemera pack from Tim Holtz. So let me see what little tiny bits he's got in here that I can put into pockets, and he's got some little tiny itsy bitsy little bits for sure. Let me put them out here so I can see. Look at that little photograph. All right, so I probably would want to make another tag or two and find one of the pockets to put the tag in. I think I want it in something like that. So let's go through and put things in pockets so that you can see where there's pockets. Now we undid the closure here so that we could put something in there, and I think I'm going to put a butterfly right in there so you just see part of its wings. And then we've got some stamping. And here's a fold out. And we've got another pocket here. Let's see, what should we pick? That's interesting. And that fits right in there in that pocket. Probably should put another stamped image here. Always add some more. And here's another fold out. Here's a pocket here. Here's my upside down math paper. Here's the center. Another fold out. Another pocket here. So let's put a number 2. We need something a little bit larger. How about that little postcard right in there? This is our big fold out, where it folds out this way, and there's a pocket right there. Need something so it just peeks out in this little pocket, and then it continues to fold out, and there's another little pocket on the end. And what can I put in there? Put this little flag in there. just like that. So hidden pocket way in there. It's maybe too small because it goes in too far and I might not ever see it again. And then it comes back like that. And I do have some little tiny paper clips that I could clip in an envelope, a handmade tiny little envelope in there. Here's another pocket. So that will fit in there. And here's a flip out. And here's a pocket in here. So let's put this picture in there, and this hand would be fun to be put in there too. Oops. Just like that. And I think we've got something in all the pockets. So if I wanted to add paper clips with a little something, I could do that, but of course I don't have my paper clips. Forgot them. I thought I was ready and I wasn't. So one of these empty pages, I could use a little paper clip to paper clip something in. This one has a little handmade envelope. It's a little tiny thing made from a book page, and it needs something inside there. And I could use one of those little tiny paper clips to clip that. Let's see, what should I put in there? Something that I can get back out again. That's too long. That might work. Something that I can get out. It needs to be long. So put something in the little tiny envelope, and then you can paper clip that into your book somewhere where there's a blank page, like that. And then you've got all your little goodies in there. And you put your flap back and wrap it around. And you've got your little micro mini junk journal with all its little miniature goodies and stamps and foldouts and pockets and stuff to play with. And you can do just about anything you want to do with it now. Put more pockets in there, more tags, some words, some little quotes, anything. So it is a fun little toy to play with. So I hope that didn't take too long, but I wanted to show how to rip the pages and sew them in and make the binding and put things in the little tiny pockets. So thanks for watching.